Hey guys, welcome back to randylou.com, making part 2 of this All-Star Week video. So, just watch part 1 if you were wanting a little bit more background, etc., etc. So, we're getting right into the hand so I can get more into the play of this stud 8 match. I've got a king showing, and I was trying to play it very aggressively, representing a pair of kings. And I've got 3 to, I had 2 to low, and I turned to low. Just betting and blind betting and hoping he would fold at some point. He's got a lot of high cards showing, and it looks like he would need to have hit a pair or some kind of straight. It's unlikely he's got a straight, so I was just, with my pair, I was, I thought I had 2 pair, but I actually didn't. I was playing very aggressively and representing the kings right there, because I started raising and betting really hard with the top pair with a king showing, so it might have a king behind there, and he probably couldn't beat that since he folded at that point. So right now I do have a pair of kings showing, so I'm gonna play this very aggressively and just keep on betting for value, as I'm very likely to have the best hand here. And you know I was betting it, and now at that point I checked because if he's got a pair of aces, he's gonna call down. I was trying to pot control a little bit maybe, but he didn't bet the turn. So if he didn't bet the turn with an ace, when he has an ace showing, he probably doesn't have a pair of aces behind. Even though when I have the pair of kings showing, because he would bet knowing that he has me beat. So I bet right there for value on a river, especially rivering the 2 pairs is a little bit easier. But I probably consider betting for value even if he didn't have, even if I didn't have the 2 pair. Right here I've got a hidden pair of jacks, and I got 3 showing. I started just playing aggressively. And one of the things in in limit type games is you don't really want to slow play ever. You always want to fast play your hands and charge as much as you can and get as much value as you can. So one of the things I learned from limit hold'em type games, limit games, is that you just don't really slow play. You just always bet, because you need to charge people. Every time you miss a bet, it does cost you pretty dearly over in the long run. So I've got a pair of jacks right here. Just kept on betting to the river, and we both check it down. And I do take the pot, so I got a lot of value just betting, thinking that the pair of jacks was the best hand most of the time, and got a pretty good amount of value on the river. On the river, I did check, and I kind of assumed I was going to call the river. And if that's the case, I probably would prefer betting myself, as he would probably never have a bluff that he'd bet, in my opinion. So I probably would have preferred betting. If I was just going to check fold, then that's fine. But if I was going to check call, I'd rather just fold. Anyways, I got the ace showing, and I'm going to play aggressively. My strategy I learned over time was if I got the ace showing, I'm just going to keep on pounding on it regardless of what cards I got behind in my hand, at least on the first 2 streets. I'll try to get him to fold right away. So like right on his hand, if he has got an 8, he would have bet the turn. So it seems like he didn't. He doesn't have too much. And my pair of 4s took it down. I actually probably would have folded to a bet at some point in the last 2 streets. So if he bet there, he would have took it down. Maybe he should have pounced on my weakness, but I don't really know too much strategy on that. So I did raise the pot with the 2-3, hoping to hit an ace, and he does raise me. When he raises me, when I open for the big amount, he's definitely got a pretty strong hand in his range, so I don't want to be chasing for the ace, to try and get a low, whatever. Right now I do got a 4 to low right now, so I'm free rolling him on a low, especially when he's got a 10 showing. So he's got 1 extra card he has to catch up if he wants to low ball it too. And now I got the absolute. Well, I've got a low hand, and he can't have a low hand at this point, given that there's a 10 showing, because he'll only have 4 cards at low at best. So I have the bet 200 check mark, all ready to bet aggressively, just to look very strong. I'm guaranteeing half the pot, so I might as well just try to move him off a hand that might have me beat. So now he's got a pair of 10s showing. I can't beat the high right now, but if I can free roll a straight, well, I'm free rolling him anyway, so I'm gonna keep on betting still and try to hit a straight where I can, because I definitely have the low hand for sure, given he doesn't have that many low cards. So by putting as much money as I can free roll him, and I do river the wheel, so I want to put in money and try to scoop the pot, which I do right there because I free rolled him. If I didn't river it, I would still get half the pot, so it doesn't hurt me to just keep on betting there. So now I got rolled up trips, I believe it was called, something like that. 3 2s, whatever. I got triple kinds rolled up. I don't know why it's called rolled up. It's not like you bend your cards and roll it into like a cigarette blunt or something like that. So, anyways, I have 3 2s though. Anyways, and This is definitely the best hand unless he's got trip fives behind his hand. And, he just called, so I kind of unlikely he's got that. And I'm just going to raise and bet all the way as I definitely have the high hand beat most of the time unless, his cards start showing up differently. But if he saw me raise so much on a flop right there, I think it's called I don't even think it's called a flop on the first street, whatever you want to call it, then he's probably definitely pretty scared. So I took down the pot. I've got him pretty crippled here, and I'm feeling pretty good about my game. At first, in the first 20, 30 minutes, I was kind of struggling, still learning how to play heads up, etc., etc. And I really adapted and started to learn the game. So that's one of my strong suits, is just learning very quickly. So I think, putting all this pressure on him, I'm going to make him squeal and just kind of give up. But maybe he's going to keep on trying, and we'll see from that. Anyways, I open in for 2, 3, 10. I've got 2 to the low. I'll probably definitely call if he raises right here, trying to hit like an ace or trying to hit like some kind of low hand. I've got 2 to the nut low. So see, when I bring out the ace, I start betting right away, trying to look strong. And now that I have top pair aces, I'm going to keep on betting here, as it's very likely I've got the best hand, and I could still back into a low or even a better high hand with 3 flushes. But I've got 3 low, and I can hit like any 2 low cards and scoop the pot, high and low. So he yielded right there once he saw the 2 aces showing from his perspective. And I'm just chipping him down a whole lot right here. I've got a pair of 3s hidden. It's not the greatest pair, so I'm just going to... Well, actually, I raise right away, thinking I've got the best hand. He protect my pair of 3s, and, he has to bring in his pot, so he might just have 3 random cards behind there, and he just folds right away. So that's one of the reasons that if that was a ring game, I probably would expect that raising and playing that aggressively wouldn't be so hot. But we're playing heads up, so he's going to have 3 random cards, just like in, Hold'em, you're going to get dealt 2 random cards, and you have to fold, you get dealt like 7-2, things like that. So I just started taking the blinds right there. So I've got a hidden pair of kings right here. Start raising it up right away. And, he's raising it back. I'm just trying to get all the money in right here. And, pair of kings is going to fare best most of the time. So he flips up ace, queen, 5, 8. Don't really know what that is. Hopefully he doesn't hit a low hand. And I think he does have a low hand at this point. But I have the high hand, so we chop the pot. I got 3 to low. Looks like I'm going to play this pretty aggressively, as I'm going to scoop half the pot a lot. If I hit a pair of aces, I'm going to take the high. And that's why I just raised it right off the bat and took it down. Another 3 good low cards. Just going to bet right here. I think the best hand in this game is probably like a pair of aces and a 2, or maybe like ace, 2, 3 with some suited flush. You want to start with like low cards if you can, and roll like backdoor into like a big hand. So right there, you saw a lot of green. The green represented all the hands I won, so it kind of looked like I was winning more than my fair share of pots. So yeah, All-Star Week was definitely pretty good. I'm glad that PokerStars allowed me to play on All-Star Week, even though there wasn't any no limit slots for me to play. No limit's my best game, but I was willing to play limit high low, learn some new games, represent the team online and PokerStars team in general, and I'm pretty thankful and fortunate that they allowed me to have the opportunity to play that. So it's good to hear, and hope you guys actually like watching me play the high-low. Hope it's a little bit interesting. It's a little bit different. But if he wins the tournament, he does win $1,000. So it is something on the line. And I played that aggressively, and I had a pair of 3s, and I won the pot. Yeah, so I won the pot right there. Yeah, and I typed in. I didn't even know I won on the river because I couldn't even tell, given how it went. But thanks for watching. This has been Randy Lou for www.randylou.com. Hopefully that was insightful, entertaining, etc. And thanks for watching.